For my underdogs, the ones willing to pay the cost. Even when we're up, we gotta take a loss. Underdogs are always against the odds. I'ma use this opportunity to do it for my underdogs. I'ma do this for my underdogs. I'ma do this for my underdogs. I'ma do this for my underdogs. Yeah, my underdogs.
Welcome back to the Rec Center. Have a seat and enjoy. My name is Kenny Edwards, joined with my co-host Lorenzo Parham. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Ken? Man, excited, man. We hit the first episode of season 2 off really good, man. Brandon Payton interview was one of the dopest interviews we had of what he was enlightened of it, didn't hold back, and had a lot of viewership on his episode, man. So shout out to Brandon Payton. I want to give a shout out to Town Royalty, man. They sent me the purple Oakland Tech colored Town Royalty shirt, I'm gonna wear on the podcast, man. So shout out to Town Royalty and our big brother Marshawn Ferris, man, for blessing me with this shirt. I believe he got you one on too, right? You got your Oakland High blue one.
Yeah, I got an Oakland High Town Royalty, but today I'm representing Paul Marigny with the They Sleep We Grind. So shout out P40
shout out to Paul.
Yeah. So we definitely want to support our Oakland brethren, with their clothing lines and stuff, and represent them on the show.
Definitely, man. So this next guest, Ken, I'm excited. Now, this is going to be a guest that's going to enlighten us on his journey, right? Because where he came from, he popped up out of nowhere. And the way I've seen this guest was he didn't just pop up out of nowhere. He popped up out of nowhere dunking on foods, right? he was bashing on foods. I got to give him the props on that, man. So he going to enlighten us, man, because following him was a big controversy thing as well, man. And we're going to let him explain his side of the controversy that kind of like we say all the time, could have been one of the best teams of the 90s, right? So we're going to bring him on and let him tell his story, man. Bring on, man, my brother Armond Wainright, man. Come on, man. Wainright, Bird,
hey, how y'all doing, man? Good to see y'all, man. Good to see y'all, man.
Good.
Hey,
man, we got a lot
to say this first. I love the show. I love what y'all doing. Man, let's get it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we gonna also have to speak on what it is that you was doing, man. That helped us put this together, man. With the were you doing the OEL documentary?
Yeah,
man. When y'all was doing that, we was like, hey, we need to see that type of stuff on screen, because you had all the highlights and stuff like this. So we bring them on to tell their story. Y'all tell y'all stories. But, man, we can't wait till you guys push that OEL documentary out, man, because a lot of people around the country don't know what it's like playing in that OEL, man. Even if the dudes don't make it, it was a grind being in that league,
Yeah, totally.
So definitely, man, keep pushing it, man. We're going to speak about that later on, man. So, man, Ray Wainright, man, let us know, man. The first question you always ask, man, it's the Rec Center, man. What Rec Center you grew up playing at?
I grew up playing in Hamilton Rec Center in Fillmore, just across the bridge
in San Francisco.
In
Fillmore, that's the Fillmore, man.
We used to call it Ham.
Okay. Yeah. So we do got a couple of Fillmore followers on there, man. Shout out my boy Fidel. Fidel follows the podcast. Fidel, Antoine, they follow the podcast. Them some Fillmore guys that played at Galileo. Had a couple of little war games against them, man. So I know all about Hamilton Gym and things like that. When did you come across to the East Bay?
I came across, believe it or not, like I was born in Kansas City, Missouri first. I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. I guess my mother and father was at odds. Next thing you know, I ended up in Los Angeles, California, Inglewood to be exact. I went to preschool in Inglewood, and then out of the blue, I go back to Kansas City. And next thing you know, I end up in San Francisco. This is all elementary. So I came to this side, California, in preschool, but to live forever was fourth grade up. Yep. First grade up, actually.
First grade up, right? So you went to middle school in the city and then came to high school
I went to Winton Junior High in Hayward. Because my pops came and got me from my grandma. You know how we grew up, man. With single parent homes. I'm just the opposite of everybody. I had my pops. I didn't have my mother. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So it was rough. So I was left at Granny's house a lot. You know what I'm talking about? So when Pops finally came and got me, he took me over there in Hayward. He got a house in Hayward with his first marriage, because I ended up with 2 families in my life. You know what I mean? His first marriage, I went to Lauren Eden, and then I went to Winton Junior High. But every summer, I'm out of there. And weekends, I'm out of there because I didn't like the marriage. I was out of there. I was going back to Frisco. You know what I mean? Every chance I got, I was going back. Yep.
Got it, man. So one of the things we're gonna touch about when you go to Fremont, because I looked up some of your highlights. Y'all actually are playing that good Galileo team at Fremont. Did you remember some of them from the Fillmore neighborhood?
I know all of them. I know majority of
All
of
of
them.
them.
Me and Kenny Walls and Lenny Walls. And Lenny Walls was all in the same projects. Yep.
Got it.
So every time
man.
I cross back the bridge, I'm with them hooping. Yeah. Going against all them. Yep.
So did you play AAU on this side, or did you play with the San Francisco Rebels?
I never played AAU for the any South Bay, any Southern San Francisco teams. It was my first team was actually with, believe it or not, was Renee Jock's father, Mr. Jocks. He had Pacific Coast. And so I used to hoop with them. I was the big man because I've been this height since the 7th grade. I just never grew after 6'2", you know.
Right.
And so I was started off as a center, so I was their center. And the point guard was Nate Moraes, Renee Jocks at the 2, and I was their big man. Yep. That's something that nobody ever knew. So people been seeing me on the scene. I just never went to none of those name brand schools like that. You know what I mean?
I'm surprised by that, because I'm surprised they didn't try to get you to go on over to St. Joe's too, because then I'm visiting you, Nate, Renee, along with Ray Young and Justin Davis. That's another powerhouse team.
It is. You know, we played against I forgot what team. Ray Young and Big Mike was the big man, because I had to go back and forth guarding them in the 8th grade. We played them in the championship, and that's when because I wasn't dunking yet. And Ray got to dunk that game. And everybody was on me because I couldn't dunk yet. But then I eventually, end up being dunking. So, yeah, that's classic stuff right there.
Yeah. Man, so when you got to high school, when you was at Mount Eden, man, what was the Hayward League like? Because was Mount Eden a strong team when you went there? Because we knew Hayward High was a team at that time, right?
Yeah, Hayward High was a team, but I'm coming in as a freshman. And me just playing varsity with being the 6th man too. I wasn't just on the team. I was the 6th man, and it was. I thought the league was raw. You feel me? Coming from playing 8th grade ball and then going to play against a freshman on varsity. Everybody was raw to me. Eddie House and them were good, but it's a lot of other people in that league that was good that year too. You know.
Who else was good in that league? Because we talking what? Because you graduated in 98, so we talking like what, 95?
94, 95. It was my freshman year. Who else was we had I respect Tennyson. Y'all know Tennyson Lancers?
Yeah.
I respect Tennyson Lancers. We had Monroe Catholic in our league. We had who else?
Logan was in that league too. Wasn't Logan in that league?
Nuh-uh. It was all the Hayward school. It was San Leandro, San Lorenzo, and stuff like that. And Woolridge was in the league. You feel me? And Woolridge was in the league. Yeah. When I got there, Fonzo Edwards at Hayward High, they had squad. But I came off the bench, wasn't scared on them. I got a sophomore story to tell about when we played them, when I wasn't a freshman no more, though.
Against Tennyson or Hayward?
Hayward High, of course. I never lost to Tennyson in my life. San Leandro, San Lorenzo, none of the Arroyo, none of those. Nah, that I can remember.
Okay.
But my sophomore year is when I was starting, and I was no longer a big man. I turned into a small forward guard, and the matchup with the senior was Eddie House. First game we played him, I shut House down to 9 points, right? So I'm a young dude, sophomore. After the game, we going through the tunnel. I said, yeah, that's why I shut you down. He said, okay, next time I'm going to go for 40. He comes to Mount Eden. Guess how much he had?
55.
45.
45. The man of his word.
He gave me a 45 piece. Eddie House gave me a 45 piece. But I'm going to tell you something deeper than that. My freshman year, seeing Eddie House play made me want to be a guard. I was like, this nigga my height. I'm at the 5. So that summer, boom, boom, I'm working out, trying to be like House. True story. Trying to be like House, you know?
Hey, do you think that kind of hindered you a little bit having to play the big man at your height? Because we also
Of
went through
course.
that with Marshawn. Because Marshawn was the same way.
Yep.
He was a big man,
Yep.
but he was 6'2", you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Marshawn got to junior college when he started having a shot, you know?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
you know,
yep,
I
yep.
wonder, did that hold you back a little bit?
Not after I seen Eddie House play. Nah. I was
Got
after my freshman year, it held me back that first year. After that, I'm dribbling, I'm on the wing, I'm that guy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Got it. So, hey, did y'all ever win the league before you transferred out? Did Mount Eaton ever
Yep.
win lead or make it to the championship? Y'all won it?
My junior year. We won NCS.
Oh,
we
really?
beat
Oh,
yeah. I got the footage. You know I got the footage, Kenny. I got No, we lost to Vacaville. We beat Frank Alaco and them at St. Mary's. Yeah. By buzzer beater. Then we beat San Ramon when they had Nate, all them. Like, you know. Yeah.
So
we
Mount
lost to
Eden had a
okay.
squad.
my junior year. Yep, my junior year.
That's crazy. You never
it was
really hear
average.
Mount Eden like hooping.
I was about to say that. I didn't hear it. They got a really nice school, though, a really big school, but I didn't ever know they had a good hoop program.
They had Bird. You know, Bird since a freshman. I was, you know how back then you had a nickname, freshman of your name was just gonna ring anyway. Who is this Bird dude? That's how it was. So and then I came and I put on a semi show, you know. But this was going on since AAU though. This is going on since AAU because when we played against, have you ever heard of Capus Hope, the coach Capus?
Of course.
Magic, play for the Magic. And every AAU Slam and Jam, all the leagues we used to play in, and we used to go to Menlo and all that. We played against Capus. I was with a different team, and Jules and all them was on the team, you know. And I gave them the business. So after the game, Capus was like, "Hold on, what's your name, boo?" And took me. Then my sophomore year on, I was playing with Capus and Marquise. Met Marquise, point guards like DeAndre Petit, E. Rosby, Tuck. We play summer league. Ask them. Yep, and they all knew me. It's like this nigga Raw. He go to Mount Eden though. You know, Mount Eden. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't. I needed to get the buzz, and that's why I transferred. That was a part of it, but it was fate that led me to that. You know.
What you mean? Where did fate come out? Because at first when I heard E. Rosby, Jules, Marquise, I felt like it was some tampering going on. Like it was some tampering. Where they recruited you up out of Mount Eden, man.
Elliot Marshall, they all knew me. We was all in the same summer. They all knew me. Keith was the one that when he joined the team was like, "You raw." Everybody was like, "You raw," but he was like, "You need to come to this. You need to come there." But I didn't want to transfer because I was with my partners out there, you know. But
and just won NCS, so
yeah,
he was winning.
No, but my senior year, I would have been out there like LaMelo Ball, though. You feel me?
By yourself.
I was gonna be out there like my senior year. Yeah, definitely.
Man, so when you transferred to Fremont, when you transferred to Fremont and that team that y'all had at Fremont at the time, me and Ken feel that was probably one of the deepest teams of the late '90s that you guys had, right? What was it like you coming in and have to jail with them guys and deal with Coach Clint? How was that?
It was easy to me. I didn't have because you know Clint was show and prove. So once I get out there, okay, everybody was like, "Oh, okay, I feel it," you know, because I came out the blue. You know, nobody knew but Marquise. You know what I'm saying? Knew but Marquise, so it was not a problem at all.
Who was y'all starting five that year? Who was the starting five?
Before I got there, I don't know. Before I got there, was it
no. When you was there,
Josh Shavers at the center. I started at the power forward. LG, Marcus Malone, and Marquise. But Clint let me play outside. I wasn't posting up. I was still being able to do all my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
But I just had to guard the power. I had to guard the four and rebound and do all that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So coming off the bench, y'all had
Jermaine Turner.
Jermaine Jermaine Turner, Fred. Was Fred playing?
Fred. Yep, Fred.
Fred.
Ron Goodwin.
Ron. Mario Vital. Was Mario on that team? Mario on that team?
Mario
I had a bunch
Deion Criddle.
I had a bunch
Yeah,
of
Deion Criddle.
I had a bunch of athletes. ND Criddle.
Eric Robinson. We had all them.
E with the hop. E with the hop.
Yeah.
Was E eligible?
He was on our team. He was on our team.
Man, dude. Listen, me and E, we went to junior high together. Shout out to E, man. We went to junior high together. Immaculate. We went to junior high together. And he never played on a junior high team with us. So when I see these videos, y'all show this motherfucking Super Duncan, and he doing N1. He had the N1 games. I'm like, I didn't even know you could hoop, bro. But he can't. He bashing like he dunking.
I know
dunking
him from
on everybody.
Playing at the rec centers and stuff. I played against him a couple times.
And I'm like, bro, you never played at Bret Hart with us. Like that tripped me out. You know. Shout out to E, man. That was my dog, bro. That's a deep team y'all had, man.
Mike.
So when
we had Big Mike too preseason, Big Mike Austin. We had Big Mike too.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Then Big Mike played like 7 games preseason with us, something like that.
And then he went to De La Salle, then he just stopped?
They blocked him for playing before they blocked me. They blocked Big Mike first. Wow. Yeah, straight up.
Hey, so me and Ken was talking about this. Was that Marcus Malone first year there too, or did Marcus Malone play there as a junior? Had a second year there. He played there as a junior.
I think that 96-97 team was the deepest Fremont team as far as talent, if you ask me. I respect that team.
I think they had better guard play than y'all. I think they had better guard play than y'all because DeAndre.
Not if me and LG played. If LG played the point and I played the 2, nah.
I mean, but y'all kind of match up the same though. Like I'm going you with Trevor Carson, you and Trevor Carson. That's kind of like a same matchup.
Trevor power forward.
You just said you played the 4. You played the 4.
At Fremont. Yeah, Fremont. I had to, but I was still. I still got outside. Like it would have been. I would have been calling ISO on Trev. You feel me? And he would just be trying to block my shit all day. You know.
That's a good matchup game, man. If we can ever see that, Ken.
I got my money on 98. I got my money on 98, man. That team was special.
You know why I give you that too? Because off the court, we was cool. We was fam. When I came in, they embraced me. Like you understand. LG's number was 23 before I got there. I didn't know that. And when Coach Clint said, "What number do you want?" I said 23. Clint gave me LG number. You feel me? LG was kind of in his feelings, but at the same time, he respected it because he'll tell you I'm one of the coolest dudes ever, and we just built it and bonded. I was cool with every single person on that team. They all embraced me. We kicked it on the court and off the court. And I'm the new dude, so I'm building with everybody. I'm with Immaculate. I'm with D Cred. I'm with Mario. I'm with Fred. I'm with Marquise and Fred all the time. I'm with Josh. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Ron Goodwin. I'm with everybody. My boy Wally Coleman was on that team. That's a good, you know what I'm saying? All of them. You feel me? Gino.
Hey,
Gino was on our team too. Gino was on that team.
Hey, that's my guy, man.
Gino, man.
I love me some Gino.
We still trying to get Gino on the podcast, Ken. We still trying to bring Gino on, man.
He gonna come on.
Hey, So who was your first game against when you played with Fremont? When you transferred in, who was that first game you played against?
I sent Kenny the schedule a while back when we first talked. Whatever it is on that schedule, I forgot who it was, but we played we played the top teams at first. Like we played Berkeley High. I got a reverse dunk from the dotted on that one. I need to get that footage. I know the guy from OAL got it, but I forgot. I think it was somebody like Berkeley High up there, Kennedy and Richmond. Vallejo was the third game.
Yeah.
And how did that game go? How did that Vallejo game go?
It was a war.
It was a war.
Yeah. They got a 6'11" center. They have a 6'11" center. They got the pitcher, CC Sabat. That's how you say
They got CC.
I'm guarding CC. That's who I got to guard. LG guard Damani Hendricks. They had Ty, the left-handed 6'5". So that's and then Brandon Armstrong 6'5". So they 6'5",
Yeah.
6'3", 6'7". I don't know how tall CC was. I forgot, but he was huge.
6'7".
Tall.
He was big. He was big. Right.
So that's what it
So
was.
because the three best teams in the Bay during that year to us was Fremont, Vallejo, and St. Joe's.
Yeah,
Right?
we played all of them.
And y'all played, man, and y'all was doing some deep games. But I think Vallejo, man, who knocked Vallejo out in the playoffs? Because they didn't go to state, Ken.
St. Joe's in the
St.
finals.
Joe's beat them.
In the finals.
St. Joe's beat them. I think that was a coaching thing, man. Because athleticism wise, it was Vallejo. That could have been a coaching thing. I got to go back and watch the film on that game.
St. Joe's matched up though because they had Andre Brewer who was like 7 feet. They had Justin Davis, Ray Blandon, the two guards. So they matched up with them.
They matched up.
Yeah.
They matched up.
Yeah, they were cool.
And OEL, we really are the press. We are the press and run kind of team. Every team in the OEL go press you the full court and run. You know what I'm saying? So if you get some shooters out of that, you good, right? So Fremont had the shooters though. They had the shooters. Marcus and LG could shoot. They could light it up. Man, so when you played,
let me tell you. Can we go back a little bit? Because I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
All right, this is how I ended up at Fremont.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, this is how I ended up at Fremont. So school has already started. I'm September in Mount Eden. You know, we started school late because the teachers went on strike. And I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna keep it tall with you. They went on our fourth period grades, our fourth quarter grades. You know what I'm saying? So we started late. So we didn't have a first semester. We started first semester late. We didn't know that they was gonna come till right before the season almost was around the corner. They was telling, they read out the ineligibility list. And my coach wasn't the type to do academic probation. So, you know, you got to understand, it's my senior year. I'm 17, 18 years old. He's telling me I got to sit out 13 games. I'm brokenhearted. You know what I'm saying? So Coach Nate said something I forgot. I did got in touch with Luis Rubio, and I did contact him. I was like, look, I'm about to be out of here. Nobody knew. Nobody in Mount Eden knew. Fremont didn't know. I just called Luis Rubio. I forgot how I got his number, but that's a true story. I totally forgot about that, Ken, on everything. So, but I think because I ended up at Fremont, they took forever the line, my meeting. I was out of school for 2 weeks. I was a senior out of school for 2 weeks. And then I was about to go to Gal too. That was on the low, but I didn't want to go back to Frisco and be all field mode out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I didn't want to do that. So I called Marquise. I said, Marquise, I think it's time. And he lined it up. Marquise Williams. He lined it up for me. And next thing you know, I'm at practice. I say, oh, hey, Big Mike there. Woo, woo, woo. Cliche, you know? And there it was. He told me to dump.
In the beginning of the season?
It's like November. It's like October.
They already been practicing. Everything. I think it was right before. It's like third practice or something like that. I forgot. I can't remember. But yeah, that's how it happened. You know.
That's like getting the cheat code, Ken. Like OEL done lined up who Fremont got. Fremont got this person. And then Bird
but you know what
would
have been deeper? Hey, you know what have been deeper than that though? If I went to Galileo, I would have been cool because I would just use my grandma's address. You feel me? I would have been good. Right. If I went to Castlemont, I would have been good. It's just because I went to Fremont. You know.
So what happened with all that? Because I was a 10th grader, and I remember when you guys came to Oakland High, you played. So like. Yep. What happened? Like, what was the time frame of everything? Give us like the rundown of what happened that year.
I remember we was like 17 or 17-1 or something. I think that's when they came and took all our something. It was close to something around that record. But I'm gonna tell you, I felt the heat though. You know how I felt the heat? We playing in Red Bluff. We had a tournament in Red Bluff. Right, in the white schools. I remember we played some of those white schools at Mount Eden because we used to go up to Arcata and all that, the same stuff at school. And my coach from there, Ron Benavides, was partners. They coached partners. They white men. So they figured it out. You know how they figured it out? Nobody knew where I was until I got Player of the Week on Sports Focus. Until I got until I got Player of the Week on Sports Focus, the team, they said they was usually after the game, they used to go to pizza. They went to a pizza, and we used to watch Sports Focus. And then I got Sports Focus, and next to that, they filed the paperwork, and they was on me.
Who filed it?
It had to do something with the principal at Mount Eden at the time, the coach, and one of the policemen, because they was cool with one of the policemen. So they really full court pressure me. Damn. You know, they full court pressure me. They had cops following me. They sending people to all kind of addresses. I'm under surveillance. You feel me? All kind of crazy stuff. We playing out of town. They like Wainright, because I'm playing these schools before when I was at Mount Eden. You feel me? I'm getting heckled like that, and I said, "Oh, it's finna go down. It's finna go down." I was scared to death, but we pulled through. But we didn't, because they reinstated us. They took them away. I sat out for 3 games. I missed the Castlemont, the MAC, and Skyline. I only played them once in my life. Those 3 schools. And then they reinstated it. And that's probably when I went back to Ohio. Played y'all right after that. You probably was the first game out, and I got dunked on, but we'll get to that story.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
No, I want to talk about it.
That was my welcome to the OAL moment, because I was a 10th grader. And that was early in the season, and so
is this the Jabari Gilbert? Is it Jabari?
Brandon Gilbert.
Brandon Gilbert.
We'll get to that.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, no. We gonna get to that, but let's get to this question right here. So when you was in the OEL, you playing your games. What team did you like playing against in OEL, and what player did you like playing against in OEL?
All of them. It was a whole different environment from a quiet.
Yeah.
Listen, Hayward League was cool. They get amped, but no, they don't get amped like this. The chants and all this. OT had the OT. I used to like that.
We still do that.
And I'm on the bench. That's hard. That's hard. And we had our chant, the FREMONT one. I was loving all of it. Halftime, niggas from the stands is getting out there dancing better than the girls. Like, I'm like, the only adjustment was the 3:30 for me, because I ain't never played a 3:30 game in my life.
Oh, man, yeah. I forgot about them 3:30 games, man. We used to have to leave school in 5th period to get to Fremont to watch the games. You got to leave and go watch the game, So, that's a big adjustment, right? Can you imagine if there was night games back then? Man, we probably would have set the gym on fire. Y'all had 2.
Yeah, they only gave us 2. Yeah, preseason you can play everybody night game, but at the OAL 3:30, 7th period we at the layup line. First time in my life, couldn't believe it.
What players did you like playing against in OAL? Like guarding and that's gonna bring a challenge. John Char.
I like playing Jar Tar. Monte White, Trevor Thomas.
Monte at Castlemont.
Yeah.
Shit, everybody else was on your team.
Yeah. For Mac, because I would have loved me and Delonte didn't even get to play against each other that year. But that's probably I forgot who I was guard. Who was they? Luke Mine. Luke. He was amazing. All of them. Everybody I played. Everybody. I respected all of them. It was what it was, because it was a different pace. But I loved it, and I was on it because I played summer league, so it didn't bother me. But the environment is not like no other. That's the best environment, hoop environment I ever played in my life.
Hands down. Hands down.
Hey, one of the good things about the OEL is the last place team is still go talk shit to the first place team, because that's in our nature. We don't give a shit. We go talk our shit to you. Like, we don't give a damn, whatever. We talking shit. That's how it is, right? In whatever sport, you know what I'm saying? I remember getting our ass kicked by Skyline, and we still talking shit in football. Like, we gonna lose, but we talking our shit, man. So in the OEL, this is the question I ask everybody, man. Don't shy away from this question, Bird Wainright.
All right.
Give me a person that you feel. Where you gonna start with the most underrated player you played against in OEL? Underrated.
I don't think Brian Thomas get his props. The point guard for Castlemont. I don't think B. Thomas get praised a lot. You know what I'm saying? That was my guy. Played with him as well. But I go there with that. Overrated, I don't think nobody really overrated. But I'll tell you what. All right, I got a better one for y'all. That top 25 list. Whoever didn't go to the league was overrated. How about that?
Let me ask you a question. Because I heard the Facebook Live with you and Delonte. Do you feel like he's underrated? Because he feel like he cooked everybody, but we've had several guests on the show and no one's ever brought his name up. So do you think he's underrated?
He's definitely. I guess he's underrated. I thought he got his props. I was praising him.
Hey.
I thought he got his props.
Hey, you know what, Ken? We never think about that. Delonte, I would say he was underrated, and it could have been because he talked so much shit. Like you expected this, you expected this, but he was underrated. I'll say Delonte was underrated. It could have been a transfer when he transferred from Castlemont to Mac. All kind of stuff was going on, but I would say he was underrated.
You know what I look at about myself? You know what I think about myself? Like, if I was a bum player when I came to the OAL, I don't think they would have pressed me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they wouldn't have tripped. They wouldn't have tripped, yeah.
But so I had to be decent. I had to be a decent type of player for me to get stopped. They're not just gonna let no bum trap. They'll let a bum do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm underrated overall in the Bay. That's why I went to Fremont to get the fame, the notoriety, and stuff. But I didn't want it to come with all that though. But
Bert, we don't let no scrubs on the show. So the fact that you're on the show, you ain't underrated.
Not by
we know who you are.
I remember you coming in dunking on people, and I'm like, hey, where the hell did he come from? Like, where they get him from? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just popped up dunking on people. So we go talk about Brandon Gilbert and that dunk, but who was your biggest dunk on that you had your year? Like, who is your biggest poster that you had on somebody?
I don't even remember, but probably I don't even remember. The majority of mine came from off the rim. Like I got whoever was trying to get the rebound, I just took it like that. But it's a lot of them I don't remember. I don't know who it was against Ohio because I caught two when y'all came to Fremont. I got two off the rim and I got an alley oop. I don't know who was under there for that. I think it was nobody because Mario missed he missed the layup. But I couldn't tell you. My best dunk was probably against Berkeley High. That reverse though, that preseason game.
From the dots, you're saying from the dots.
From the dot.
Hey, Ken, we need we need highlight tapes, Ken, because we got Marshawn. I'm saying we got Marshawn drop step dunk on Tuck and Levy.
Yeah.
We got. I saw Luke Mon dunk on Shea. I saw Luke Mon dunk on DeMarche. I saw that. And then we got
got me at
Bird. You said he got you too?
He got me at Bollinger's. At Bollinger, outside.
Luke Mine got a lot of bodies.
Yeah,
he have to, man. He have to, man. It was amazing seeing how but he had a point guard that wanted to throw him alley-oops too. Like Adriel wanted to throw the shit like getting back. I remember they had dunk on you and the whole West Oakland run on the floor. And you got to stop the game for 5 minutes because everybody going crazy. So he had a point guard like that.
Played at Mac. That game, our only game I played at Mac with Coach. I remember when Coach Nate said they beat me, but he left out. I gave him 22. But at the same time, I was talking shit to the crowd. I had to get it scored. My pops, you know how you leave with the team after the film? They didn't let me. They said you go with your pops, and I got escorted out because they was on me. You feel me? They was on me because I was talking big. I loved it though. That amped me. Like this is a show. That's what it's about out here. You know what I mean? That's the energy it gave me. So,
It was, man. It was. Hey, but so now let's speak on the dunk with you and Brandon Gilbert, man. I guess it's Ken's favorite highlight of his OAL career. How did he go, Ken?
I mean, it was one of them. I had to think, dude. All right, so I'm in the 10th grade. Mind you, I'm coming from a head Royce. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen too many dunks. So this is like early in the OAL season too. And I had seen Fremont play in the Martin Luther King Classic and beat up on St. Francis when they had CQ Carey. So I'm already like looking at Fremont in awe, like, man, these dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I see Big Gilbert get the ball on the left wing or something like that. Comes baseline, two hands, And Armond just got this bright idea that he was going to challenge. And B. Gilbert just and dunked Armond and the ball. And one. And it's at Oakland High, so the crowd go crazy. And in my mind, all I could think was, welcome to the OAL, Kenny. This shit is real.
Hey, Kenny, you know, right after that happened, right? Like, right when we landed, how you say his last name? Justin.
Wazuzu.
Justin Wazuzu ran up on me in my face, and the ref did not call tech. Nigga, you got dunked the fuck on, and ran off. Like, you got knocked the fuck out? That's how he served me. Ask him. He served me just like that. The crowd is on me. I can't do nothing but smile. Because it wasn't no regular, like, SWAT, bro.
No.
Lolo, I went up, like, I thought, like, how dare you? And got punished.
Wow.
Yeah. Got punished.
Hey, how bad did you want to get him back, though? How bad did you want to catch him back,
The next play. I'm wild now on the court. Now I'm trying to catch everything off the rim. I'm not even close. I'm just trying to do it. Like, I'm just extra out now. I'm trying to block his shot every time. I'm trying to get that payback. You feel me? Straight up.
You think that team could have won the state championship?
If we would have got past St. Joe's. Because Joe's is a problem.
You guys played them earlier in the year, didn't you?
Yeah, we played them, yeah.
Yeah, what happened in that game?
I turned the ball over at the end.
So it was a close game.
It was a close game.
Yep.
Wow.
I should have gave it. I think about that play because I watched the game, so I should have just gave it back to Marquise. I tried to go through the middle. Nate, somebody ripped me. They got that last bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they won on a buzzer?
It was like at least 20 seconds left. It was like they went up by 4 then. I think we had it to tie it, and then they went up by 4 after my turnover.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I always say Marshawn Ferris and Ray Holden, all of them built us to be able to win the OAL in 2000. Do you think those early 96, 97 teams helped build you guys to be what you were in 98?
Of course, because they had one of the main pieces, Josh Shavies, that was still on that team, and they had keys with experience. You know what I'm saying? So, and we had some players on JV that I felt should have played varsity, but they didn't. Yep.
That next year when they win state, what was that? Yeah. Were you like, damn, that should have been us, or was you like, it's all good?
Happy for them. It was. You gotta understand, because they tried to block me. They tried to block Fremont. So of course I never, I like sharing the glory, bro. So I went support. My JUCO coach, me and him drove to the game from Fresno. Yep. To go support that one, and they won straight up.
Hey, you talked about that Fremont. You talk about that Fremont team having so much camaraderie between you guys. Man, was it everything where it was just so much talent and only one ball, and anybody feeling like, damn, I ain't getting my touches or anything like that?
Nah, I never cared about that. If I'd have cared about that, I would have stayed where I was and shot every possession. But
no, not you caring about it, but like Mark Malone feeling like I gotta get 20. I gotta get my 20. Hey, after the game, let me go check my stats.
Nah, I didn't see that from Marcus. Marcus shot a lot. He shot more than everybody. I never felt the way because he was hitting the majority of that stuff. So I don't know how the others felt, but I didn't feel the way about nobody. No.
Shout out to Marcus Malone, man. He was also on our junior high team. He was him, John Tar, Eric didn't play, but Josh and Fred, we all went to the same junior high. And that's when I knew, like, hey, Lo, they some hoopers, man. Go on and play football, man. Go stick to your lane and go play some football, right? But even Marquise was the Bret Hart as well, man. We might be up there with Claremont, Ken. We might be with Claremont at the middle school ballers.
I wanted to go to Bret Hart.
That was down the street from you. You was down the street from your school. Hey, Bird. Question. So after the decision was made, right, and they kicked you guys out of the playoffs, or they didn't let you guys play, and I seen a story where they was going to let y'all play that game, the championship game, on Saturday, but Mac refused to come, right? and Mac refusing to come because they felt they already beat Tech and won it. Did you feel like, man, Mac was kind of throwing some hating on it because they didn't want to let y'all play? Or they were scared?
I think that's obvious. I think that was obvious. They should have just came and still got the fade, even if they was gonna win, even if they was gonna take the game from us. Just show like Black Lives Matter, stick together. This nigga going through it. Shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
At least on that,
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So you know what I mean? So yeah. I felt that way. But Clint said that the people block. He told us, the coaches, that only Fred from Ohio was the only one that gave me the go to play. And he said every other coach said no, get him out of here. That's what we was told. So you feel me? So of course I'm gonna have that energy like that.
OEL had a vote on it. The OEL coaches had a vote.
I heard the coaches, to let me maintain. Like they fight with. Are we gonna fight for this player? They're like, yeah, ship him out of here. Castlemont would say, nah, he can come to our school. He in our district. I stayed
that must have been Larigo.
That must have been, hey. You can come to our school.
It must have been Johnny Larigo.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey, so what was the energy like? What was the energy like at Fremont after the decision was made to not let you guys play, man? Like, what was that energy like?
The 45, them High Street boys was on my helmet.
Were they?
On some street stuff, yeah. On some street stuff, they was on me. They was on me. And I was like, because of you, woo, 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 woo. You feel me?
Oh, so they felt like it was your fault.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's it. Other than that, everybody else was supportive. Everybody else, the teammate, because I was a cool dude, man. I was cool. We all got along. We was a family. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? We was fighting. We felt like they were wrong, because I didn't live in Hayward to play in Hayward. I lived in Oakland. So like, how you gonna stop me from living in Oakland, going to Oakland school? It was just that school,
Man, what was Clint like after that? What was Clint's words to you, man?
Clint was cool. He was like, he was fighting. He was fighting for us. He was in court. We went to trial. We had trials, appeals. We had all that type of stuff going on, man. Like,
man, this is over high school basketball.
Yeah. High school basketball.
It's not even it's over a player. Like, it was a player.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's for real. They sent the police to the house to where my address was, where I used the Fremont address. They was like, show us a book, show us some clothes. Okay, he ain't got nothing here. And they go on to the next. They just they getting evidence on me, Lo. They was just building evidence. They just kept building evidence on me. They was just
I'm thinking the police is going to do this. And this is not so much stuff we need to worry about in Oakland. The police is coming and say, show me a book and show me some clothes.
For real.
Wow.
Straight up.
Wow.
The worst part about it, I mean, it's wrong, period, no matter how you look at it. But it's like, if you look at the other OAL teams, it wasn't no other state title contenders that him being on the team is blocking their way. Like, Mac wasn't going to win state in 98. Tech, nobody. Fremont was the team. It's like, let him play, and then they represent. That's how it
Come on, Ken. Come on, Ken. You know how that go, man. I need the league championships. I need a championship, because ironically, when that happened, Tech won league. Tech had won the league regular season. So Tech could be a third seed or whatever if that don't happen, right? So Tech was able to say we won the league, then we lost to Mac twice in the championship. We lost to Mac twice. So. Man, they didn't want to see a loaded Fremont team play, but they didn't even let Fremont play without Bird on the team.
Right.
They just hey, Breon Smothers too. That was another one I respected.
B Smothers, man, B Smothers. Yeah. Hey, do you think without Bird on the team, Fremont still wins the OAL championship?
They had, of course, they close. Yeah, of course, they didn't need me. Like Nate said, Coach Nate said, without me, they beat me. They beat them. With me, I'm saying, they beat us. Like, they didn't need me at all. Straight up. I was just an extra. You know what I'm talking about?
Now you're being humble.
Yeah, not an
Nah,
extra.
Now
Not
you
an
just being
extra.
humble.
Not an
that's how
extra.
I came in. Hey, that's how I came in though. I didn't come in on no, you feel me, on no vanity at all. It was like this environment, this experience. I'm about to marry a hood rat for the rest of my life. I'm loving it because I was in Bougieville, kind of Mount Eden compared to in the 40s in Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Like from going to the bus riding the 82 to in the 40 to the 97. That is, it's a different world.
I get to catch a bus to Hayward Bar Station. It's different. It's different, right? Hey, you just mentioned that after you went and played junior college ball, you played. You said you played at Fresno, man. How was that?
It was cool. I went to it's really right outside Fresno. It's called Kalinga, California. I went to West Hills College. I went there for 2
Oh,
years.
West Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. West Hills College. We had the best conference. We had the best conference in California at the time. Those 2 years. I don't know what happened after it. My freshman year was the greatest experience of my life because we living in the dorms, and these kids. That coach from that school only recruited inner city kids that needed a way out. Coach Grant, because we had dudes from Flint, Michigan, Louisiana, New Orleans, Florida, Houston, Indiana. Now I'm gonna say this to everybody. I don't, in my experience in playing basketball, Midwest has the best basketball players, hands down. I don't know how they all that good and how they know how to all get buckets like that, but they do it. So that experience alone, taking in these different cultures and all these, I was in awe. Like, as soon as I walked in the gym, it was a fast break. This dude from Indiana dunked on this dude named Steve Turner and said gang bitch, and ran off on that nigga. Like that's what I come into. I'm like, and he was a freak athlete. We didn't have like the kids today. Everybody's a freak athlete. We had about 2 or 3 in our time. So I was shook on that. Like, oh, I gotta really play. And guess what? I started. I started. And then, so my freshman year, we didn't do too good. But my sophomore year, I led the state in scoring because I was all the way guard. Because that Coach Grant taught me how to be a real guard, develop my jumper. I always had defense. He got my defense better. And who was in our league my sophomore year? Who was the left-hander, the light-skinned dude from Berkeley High? He was in the league.
Caleb.
He went.
Caleb.
Yeah,
Thornton.
he was in the league.
Thornton.
David Bell went to Porterville. And if you ever get them on your show, ask them how Burr was in JUCO that year. I led the state in scoring. Me and this dude Damon Jackson that went to Fresno City. And here's an extra, and this is why here's an extra story to that. College was harder than high school for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I was a bad student. It was just, you know what I'm saying? We from the Bay Area. We having fun. We ain't got no freedom. So once again, I don't graduate on time. And guess what I was gonna go to? Arizona. And guess who they got? And guess who they got? Because I wasn't ready to accept my scholarship on time. Watch this. It's gonna throw you off. Guess who they got?
Gilbert Arenas.
Jason Terry.
Gilbert Arenas. So if I would have graduated on time, either Gilbert probably would have went to a different school.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Where'd you end up going?
I should have went to Utah State. But I went to a recruiting trip at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and I think this is when my life really started, because on my path and my journey in life. Because you know how you go to recruiting trips. I went to a few recruiting trips, but this one was a little different. And you know how you have a host. The host was taking me around, and I met this one guy. He was from California, and I said I shook the host, and I started kicking with this California guy, and he was showing me around. And he was the reason why I went to that school. His name was Lee Demon III. He was the real reason why I went to, because the bond, I don't know. I didn't have control over that. That was all God, because he ended up, I'll make a long story short, he ended up getting killed when when he got out of college, and we, best friends. And that was my journey on me going to my creative things in life. You know what I mean? So that's why that was big. So I was supposed to go out there, but my junior year, and my junior year was cool. I played with another guy, best player I ever played. His name was Michael Hicks. He's from Panama. Led the nation in scoring in 2002, Michael Hicks. He wasn't a selfish player. but he was explosive. He was 6'5". He was explosive. They double teaming. He kicking it out to me. 3. Whoever was out, he was the best player I ever seen. My senior year was a little different. My senior year was a little different. Off the court problems, home problems, messed up my mental that year. I was the team captain. I just ran the point. I wasn't concerned about my jumper was off. I just ran the point, and I just finished out my year, straight up.
And that was at Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Yeah, I got some of that. I got some of that footage as well in both years.
I saw some of the practice footage you posted. It seemed like you was balling out there here.
I played all right. The big games I'm playing for some reason. I always get out whatever I'll be going through. But my senior year I struggled. I ain't gonna lie. I had a slump. My senior year in college I had a slump, on and off the court. So life was hard for me back then. So that's how that happened.
After you finished your senior year, did you try to do any overseas things or G Leagues or any of those things?
I did, and I was so disappointed. That's when I retired in hoop. I said, this ain't my path. Basketball, I guess my journey in basketball is over. I was going to go to the Philippines. Now, mind you, this coach knows who I am. He knew who I was since high school, who was coaching at the Philippines. He knows who I am. His son plays on the team. Mind you, his son he didn't play no Hayward League basketball, but he ended up playing for Chabot. My sophomore year, we played Chabot in the playoffs. I gave him 29, got them out the playoffs. His son was on that team and didn't play at all for some strange reason. It was me against Michael Buggs. Y'all heard of Michael Buggs?
Yeah, I heard of Michael Buggs.
I haven't.
Michael Buggs was on that team. He's a player too. He's another underrated player too. And his father was the coach at the Philippines. And he was giving me the runaround about not letting me come over there. So I was like, forget that. I tried out for the Harlem Globetrotters. My coach in college put me onto them. I couldn't throw the ball in the air, catch it with my leg. I couldn't do all that. I tried. I couldn't get them down. I got everything else. I got the spinning down. I got to throw it up, catch it on my back. But the one on the leg, and he was just doing it on the dime. He said, nah, he can't be. He can't do it. So I left. I came down to Los Angeles and been down here ever since. Came down here with $20 in my pocket and ain't never left.
Got it, man. So earlier we spoke about that OEL documentary, man. How did that come about you putting that together? How did that come about?
I respected the OEL. And I did my first movie I did was my Mount Eaton basketball team, and it got great reviews. It did good, but a lot of people was mad on some of the things that some of the players were saying. So, and I felt a lot of people were ungrateful because I could just make a Bird story. I didn't have to make nobody else's story. You feel me? But I'm creative and I've never been a hater. So I said, you know what? Since I felt the way about that, let me go make the OEL documentary because I can get everybody in the OEL to participate. They want to participate. They would love to participate in something like that. But my other partners, it was hard. It was pulling teeth trying to get them niggas. It was pulling teeth and all that. It was pulling teeth trying to get everybody. It was just a stressful feeling. You know how it is. Y'all being creatives now and doing this and working with people sometimes is hard. And OEL, it was easy. That first episode was easy. I knew Marshawn was the plug to get in touch with everybody that I didn't know. I'm not going to be too biased and have three next episode to get 3 Fremont people in there. Hopefully I'm not. But, yeah, but it's, I live in LA, bro. So it'd be rough, and we, what I'm saying? Work and everything and going back and forth, it'd be kind of rough because, these bills is not getting, this cost of living ain't getting cheap nowhere.
Man. But I think the documentary would be tight though, especially depending on like if you just do like the 90s on. I mean, that was a special era.
But you know what? I don't know nothing after 99. I stopped following it. So all those names that y'all know them. I had never seen them play. Nothing. I don't know nothing about them. So that's why I can't. That's why I don't speak. I never spoke on that list like that because I didn't know who those people are. And I knew I would never be on something like that because HAL, y'all just now hearing about me when I transferred to Fremont. I was wrecking the HAL. Yeah, I was wrecking out there. I was wrecking, but we didn't get Sport Focus used to come to our games late. missing all my dunks. I never had it. I went there 3 years and they didn't have none of my dunks. First game in Fremont, they get my dunk. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
They had the
Yeah.
sports focus there at the beginning of the game now. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah.
So, and I think that's a big thing, and why we didn't hear about the players, because even the San Francisco dudes we heard about, they play OEL preseason games. You know OEL preseason. You playing against San Francisco team, so that good Balboa team, because they had some good teams in the '90s. Bal had some good teams. You got Leo had some good teams, and then they got the little private schools that played them. So we knew about them players. That Hayward area lead, it was like, hey man, it's one of them things that, like, when you're scoring 7 touchdowns and you're playing the whack. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We have players out there though. We have players out there. I just don't know. Exactly. Eddie House was the only one that got the buzz from that league.
Yeah, Eddie House and David Bell. I knew David Bell, but it was like Hayward High was the only school that they would talk about.
Yeah. You know what? David Bell, he never got me in high school, but he got me in college because he went to Porterville. Porterville knocked us out the playoffs. Yeah.
What other movies have you done?
Oh man, I did a short one on my story. I did a bird story. That's just a short one. I'm gonna do the real one soon. I gotta write it out. I did the hoop squad, my first hoop squad, and the OEL. What I got this one. I did a lot of unrelatable music and movie. That's one of my favorite movies. The trailer is the one, but I did that movie. Just a lot of independent stuff. And then I've done stuff for other people I can't really speak about, but it's Hollywood stuff. But yeah, for me personally, those are the ones. So the OAL is really the main one. But when I talk to a lot of these people that can push a lot of things through for a bigger level, they say they want to get a name attached to it. I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to, our names is attached. This is what it is. I'm not Matt Barnes. They try to get Dame Lillard on it. Get Matt Barnes, whoever from the Bay. Get Drew Gooden. Nah, they didn't play it all. Dame did. Dame will be the only one.
Right.
You feel me? But I don't want to attach my name. I wanted it because of what we doing, not because of we watching Dame and it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, let's make it about us.
Yeah.
Man.
Absolutely.
So that's so slowing me down.
You did any coaching or anything? Like, I'm looking at your shirt. It say Oscar Grant Ballers. What's that jersey?
This Oscar Grant Ballers. My homie is the coach of this team. Foundation. He's part of the family. Yeah, he's part of the family. So he started his foundation. They got their AAU team. So I asked for a jersey. He gave me a jersey. Oscar Grant Ballers. Coach Sanders. Coach Alex Sanders. Yep.
That's what's
coach
up,
at Mount Eaton too.
That's what's up, man. Man, Bird, but before we let you go on and get up out of here, man, give us some parting words, man. Ken, you got anything else you want to ask before we get up out of here?
No,
did I leave anything out? I think I got everything. I think I got everything. No, keep doing what y'all doing, man. This is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see how many seasons y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna have to help me with the OEL documentary too. Let's make this a group effort.
Definitely.
This is team over here with me. I want to see. It need to get out there. These stories need to be told. Let me see. Do I have a left out story that I don't know about? I was mad when that's like that. I was mad when I got to Fremont and E. Rosby wasn't there though, because I played with him summer league 2 years in a row. I was mad. I didn't know he left. I was because I didn't want to play.
He went back to Emory. Did he go back to Emory, or where did he go? He went back to Emory.
Or something. He did something like that. Ensenada or Emory. Probably Emory.
It was Emory. He went back to Emory, man. That's another piece that would have been on that team, because he was giving people the business. Man. Yeah. He was giving people the business. That's another piece that would have been on that team, man. I think we covered all the things we wanted to ask you, man. Let the viewers know where they can go see these highlights you'll be posted, man, because you got a lot of them, man. What's the page? What's the name of the page? Shout it out.
The Bay Area Hoop Highlights. High school basketball Bay Area Hoop Highlights. Yep, that's what it is. Catch that on Instagram.
Let me tell you, man, when Ken sent me the page, I went through it, and I got Phil, my homies, right? And we be talking shit still. They feel like they leave with stuff. So I'm sending them these games you sent us, right? I'm like, hey, niggas, look at this. You know what I'm saying? And they showing all the people, man, all the things you got on there, and they like, hey, man, I can send this to me, because they want to see, because it brought your page bring back so many memories on what games was like during that era, man. So all the viewers go check out on Instagram. Everybody.
Yeah, I got
you got everybody.
I didn't get my own, so I got everybody because I knew this is one gift I know I had all my life. I was in tune with. I knew that moments in life. I like, oh, this is a moment. Oh, this is a moment. I got all the articles. I got everything. I know it's moments in life with everything. That's what I was blessed with. I still got my G.I. Joes.
Definitely, man.
Yeah. Straight up. Man. So, yep. That's about it, man. And keep doing what y'all doing. I love the show. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I'll try to get that OAL thing, at least the next episode, because I don't know if it's going to be a full doc. I think we better off doing episodes. And then when I get enough of them, put the series up on a Netflix or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Try probably do it like that.
Who's somebody you want to see on the show?
I want to see Josh Shavies on the show. I want to see I want to see Fred Shavies. Fred. I never seen Fred as the cop. I never got a chance to see him yet.
Oh man, Fred, check this out, man. Good dude, man. This was good brothers. We gonna bring John Tar on, man, because John Tar doing his thing. He down in Arizona. He coaching girls basketball. He won a state championship as a coach of girls basketball. And one thing Josh Tar do, man, shout out to John Tar, because I know he go hear this. John Tar will prove to you, like, man, y'all think our 97 team was weak? John Tar put up some stats where they 97 team was like 20-3, and they beat Fremont. That 97 team. So it was like, hey, John Tar, go hit you with some facts. Shout out to John Tar. And we gonna bring John Tar on, man. We got to get a Skyline person on too, because they say we biased against Skyline. So
y'all want Kenny Walls? I can get y'all Kenny Walls.
I tried to talk to my dude Joey, man. Joey be connected with Kenny. I tried to get Joey to hit Kenny for
point guard Joey.
Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah. I tried to get him to bring Kenny on, man. Like we gonna get definitely tap us in with one of the walls, man, so we can expand towards the towards
Lenny Walls. Lenny Walls played for the NFL for a while. So I want to hear his story. I haven't heard it. That's something I want to hear his journey.
Yeah. Yep. So I definitely want to tap in with both of them, man. We might got to do a show like we try to do with the Vitals, man, where we bring both of the Walls brothers on at the same time, which would be dope, man. So we got to do that, man. Thanks a lot for coming on the show, Bird, man. I really appreciate it.
Truly appreciate it. Thanks, y'all, for having me.
It's all good.
All right, brother. Peace.
Low Breeze.
Hey, man. See, them stories, man, you know how it go, man, when it be so many years in past. And like you say, by the time it get 22 years later and we hear these stories, it's like, they really sent you through all that, man? Like, so he's telling his story as a grown man telling us this, right? Can you imagine being a 17-year-old kid and police following you around everywhere you go? The team can't play, so now the street dudes trying to get on you. All you want to do is play basketball. Crazy.
That's crazy, man. High school basketball, man. That's school.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out to Bird, man. Shout out to Bird for letting us know about that story, man. The real depth detail, because I don't know if we knew anybody else that went through having to deal with a CIF ruling and they just say you can't play it no more. We talked to Coach Mo. Coach Mo let us know what like that 98 team was like. How Coach Carter over at Richmond High was scared to play Fremont, so they keep lying. Scared to play OAL school, and we knew the three teams was Vallejo, St. Joe's, and Fremont, man. And I wish we could have saw that all unfold in the playoffs.
Yeah, that would have been dope, because I did see the St. Joe's Vallejo game. I think that was the NorCal finals. That was a hell of a game. So to see, obviously Fremont would have played one of them, maybe in the semifinal, and then we see where see how it lines up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Armond Wainright, for coming on. You can catch us on Instagram at the Rec Center Podcast. Definitely subscribe to our YouTube page, the Rec Center. We appreciate that so much. Leave a like, leave comments. I love seeing the banter of some of our regular listeners on there. Continue to do that. But for the Rec Center Podcast, I'm Kenny Edwards, Lorenzo Parham. We out.